Viktor Frankl had a provocation he liked to use with audiences of educators. Universities are excellent at teaching students how to do things. They are much less skilled at teaching students why. The how, the methods, the techniques, the knowledge bases, the professional competencies, has never been more sophisticated. The university curriculum covers more material, with more precision and more depth, than any previous era of human history. And yet the rate of existential distress among young people continues to rise. Something is being left out. What is being left out, Frankl argued, is the transmission of meaning, the cultivation in young people of a sense that life has direction, that their choices matter, that there are things genuinely worth living and working for. This is not a minor omission. It is a failure at the level of the deepest purpose of education. Frankl's critique was not anti-intellectual. He was a man of tremendous intellectual range and rigor. He was not arguing that facts and skills don't matter, or that universities should become therapy centers. His argument was more precise, that education, properly understood, has always had a dimension that goes beyond the transmission of information. It is the formation of the person, the initiation of the young into a sense of what matters and why. Every educational tradition in human history, until very recently, included this dimension. Whether through religious instruction, civic formation, philosophical education, or apprenticeship in a craft, young people were not merely taught what the world is but inducted into a relationship with it, taught to care about certain things, to take responsibility for certain things, to find certain things beautiful and other things intolerable. Modern secular education, in its understandable effort to be neutral between competing value systems, has often evacuated this dimension entirely. The result is students who know a great deal and care about very little, or who care, but have no framework for their caring, no way of understanding what their values connect to at a deeper level. Frankl called for education to re-engage with the question of meaning explicitly. Not by imposing a particular answer, that would be indoctrination, not education, but by taking the question seriously, creating space for it, and refusing to treat it as merely personal and therefore academically irrelevant. The question of what to live for is not a private hobby. It is the most important question a human being faces. An institution that educates human beings without addressing it has abdicated a central responsibility. He was also critical of what he saw as a one-sided emphasis on rights without responsibilities. Democratic societies spend enormous energy educating young people about their rights, their freedom of expression, their entitlement to certain goods and protections. Frankl did not dismiss the importance of rights, but he insisted that rights, unaccompanied by a sense of responsibility, produce a kind of psychological immaturity. Freedom that is only freedom from something, without freedom for something, collapses into arbitrariness. The student who knows what they are entitled to but not what they are called to do is not yet a fully formed person. His vision for education was, at its core, an invitation to take young people seriously, to treat them not as containers to be filled with information but as persons with a destiny to be helped toward. This meant asking hard questions in classrooms. What matters most? What would you be willing to sacrifice for? What kind of person do you want to be when the pressure is on? What, in the end, is worth doing? These questions cannot be answered by a syllabus, but they can be kept alive, through the quality of teaching, through the modeling of genuine commitment by educators, through the organization of learning around questions that connect to real life rather than around subjects that are hermetically sealed from it. Subscribe to The Psychology of Viktor Frankl to explore more of his timeless ideas.